Hi everyone, it's Elisa again. I'm back for the second part of our sunset video. So I had to take a little break to help the kids upstairs with something. So what we're doing here is just creating, we've done our background, we've got our colours in place, we've got our lines in place, and now we're going to do our cherry blossom trees. So I actually have used a charcoal pencil. It's a general charcoal 6B extra soft, but you can use the side of your pastel, either that or you could use the side of a scalpel to cut it down to a point. So what we're going to do is just ease in from each side with our branches. And it doesn't matter sort of what they look like, as long as they sort of look a little bit spindly. And I'm just going to take you through how to put the blossoms on in a minute. And for that, you are going to need some pure white paint, acrylic paint, or some white gesso. Either will do. So we want our branches to come across in over the top of the moon. Okay, I think that'll do it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is create our blossoms. So we're going to do that by grabbing a little bit of white paint on your mat, and we are going to shave a little bit of our pinky reddy sort of pastel colour that came in the box. If you see, we're just shaving a little bit into our white paint, and you mix with the cotton bud until you get to a nice light pink. You can create all different shades. So what we've done here is coloured our white paint with our pastel colour. And then what we're going to do is bunch a few of our cotton buds together that came in the kit. We'll do 3 for this colour. And we're just going to dab them in and then dab them, dotting onto our project. Now we're going to do this in a few different colours. We're just going to lay down some base colour first. Now you can do this with all your soft pastels. You can add that to change their colour, add it to paint and use it on your projects. You don't have to stick with just using your pastels on your projects. You can use paint, you can use water, you can use watercolours, you can paint first in acrylic and then put your pastels over the top. Okay, so next I'm going to make it a pinkier colour. Might need a little bit more white paint. And we will need a little bit of white. So we'll dab a little bit of white on. I love this way of adding blossoms to a tree. It's quick, it's easy, and everyone should have cotton buds. Good for blending, good for adding blossoms. As you can see, this one's going to end up even completely different to the one that I've already done. Okay, so I really want to make that just a little bit pinker. It's just up to you which colours you use, but I will add a little bit of that nice marigold in there as well. Okay. A little bit of the flesh tone. Okay, so now you can come back over and just add a little bit more detail to your branches. And a little bit darker edging. Just be careful of what's still wet. Just for the purposes of this video, I'm just doing it while it's still a little bit wet, so you don't have to hear my industrial grade heat gun. Okay, so we've got a nice black edging in place. Just going to use my finger to blend it a little bit. Okay, so for our last step, I thought about what I was going to put in the middle. Now you can leave it like that, or if you're into stamping, like I am, I have some stamps of some birds, and there's India ink pads which you can use. They go straight over the top of pretty much anything really. So that's what I'm going to use today, just to add some birds to our picture. Can even put some up over the moon. This one's going to be different again, so we'll wait for that to dry a little bit, and then I just sort of coloured in, added some highlights with my black charcoal pencil, and we're almost there, people. And then just hand drew a couple of birds that are just that little bit smaller in. Okay, so the last of the last is just to add some nice white highlights. And blend in your edges, just that little bit more. And you have yourself a pastel sunset with cherry blossoms and birds. So you can see that each of the projects has not ended up the same. You can add it if you wanted to add a little bit more definition You can add a little bit of your black charcoal around your moon and use your blending pencil in there, a clean one, just to blend those edges a bit. Or you can add a little bit of the light pink like I did and bring it out somewhat. Just increases that glow. And there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed the videos. I've got one more project planned. I'm just hoping to get that videoed over the next few days, and I'll show you what that's about. So I'll just pop that away and wait for it to dry. And just as a bit of a sneak peek, but this is using the board that came in the pack as well. And what I've done is, as you can tell, that it's got a nice sort of sandy paper edge to it and surface, so it's got a good tooth. I've just used my charcoal pencil again just to roughly sketch the flower that I'm doing, and hopefully it'll be a beautiful poppy, and it'll be used with these 3 colours with a little bit of a charcoal and white in the background and our dark grey. So these are our colours that we'll be using on our little board, and hopefully I can get that done for you in the next couple of days. Okay, see you later.